Yo, what's up everyone? It's W here, and let's be real. Online dating is huge. Whether you're using Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, or any other platform, we've all been there, stuck in that frustrating cycle of sending out messages and getting absolutely zero replies. It can feel like you're shouting into a void, right? But trust me, it doesn't have to be this way. Crafting a first message that actually gets a response is totally doable. And today, I'm breaking down the exact strategies you can use to stand out from the crowd and make a killer first impression. We're talking about 5 actionable tips that'll transform your inbox from a ghost town into a bustling hub of replies. So buckle up, grab your notepads, and get ready to up your online dating game. Listen, if there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be this. Generic messages are the kiss of death in the online dating world. Think about it. Would you respond to a message that says, "Hey," or "How's your day going?" Probably not. It's boring, impersonal, and shows zero effort. Instead of blending in with the masses, you need to stand out and show that you've actually taken the time to look at their profile. This means going beyond just their pictures, although, yes, those are important too. Read their bio, check out their interests, and look for any common ground you might share. Did they mention a love for hiking? Maybe they're obsessed with a certain TV show you're also into? Boom, that's your in. Use that information to craft a message that's tailored specifically to them. For example, instead of just saying, "Hey, I like your profile," try something like, "Hey, name, I noticed you're into hiking too. What's your favorite trail around here?" See the difference? It shows you're actually paying attention and that you're genuinely interested in getting to know them beyond just their looks. Trust me, a little personalization goes a long way. Now, you might be wondering, how do you find the right balance between being personal and not coming off as too intense? It's all about showing genuine interest without overwhelming the other person. Start with something light and relatable. Humor can be a great icebreaker. If they mention a funny incident in their profile, reference it in your message. For instance, if they talk about a hilarious hiking mishap, you could say, "I once got lost on a trail too. What's your funniest hiking story?" This not only shows that you've read their profile, but also that you're willing to share a bit about yourself. Remember, the goal is to create a connection. It's not just about impressing them, but also about finding common ground. When you personalize your message, you make the other person feel special and valued, and that's the key to starting a meaningful conversation. So, take the time to read their profile, find those little details, and craft a message that stands out. You'll be surprised at how much of a difference it makes. Personalization is the secret sauce to successful online dating. Give it a try, and watch your conversations come to life. Happy messaging. You've got one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. One moment. Would you capture it or just let it slip? Okay, maybe I got a little carried away with the Eminem lyrics, but the point stands. Your opening line is everything. It's your first impression, your chance to grab their attention and make them want to keep reading. And let's be honest, "Hey" or "What's up" just ain't gonna cut it. So, how do you craft an opener that's actually, good? Think about what would make you want to respond. Maybe it's a witty observation based on something in their profile, a funny GIF related to their interests, or even a bold question that sparks their curiosity. For example, let's say they mentioned they love to travel. Instead of the typical, "Where's your favorite place you've been?" you could try something like, "If you could hop on a plane right now, where would you go and why?" See? It's still travel related, but it's more specific, more engaging, and it encourages a more detailed response. Remember, the goal here is to stand out and start a conversation, so get creative and don't be afraid to be a little bold. Think about it this way. Your opener is like the headline of a news article. It needs to be catchy, intriguing, and make the reader want to know more. You wouldn't read an article with a boring headline, right? The same goes for your dating app opener. Personalization is key. Mention something specific from their profile to show that you've actually taken the time to read it. This not only makes your message stand out, but also makes the other person feel special and appreciated. And don't forget to be genuine. Authenticity goes a long way in making a connection. People can usually tell when you're being sincere, and it makes your message much more appealing. So take a deep breath, think about what you want to say, and go for it. Your unique opener could be the start of something amazing. Remember, the key is to be yourself and let your personality shine through. Good luck. Good. Alright, so you've nailed the personalized opener and sparked their interest. That's a great start, but it's just the beginning of a meaningful conversation. Now what? You gotta keep that conversation flowing, and the best way to do that is by asking open-ended questions. These questions are the key to unlocking deeper connections and understanding. What are those, you ask? They're questions that can't be answered with a simple yes or no. Instead, they require more thought and encourage the other person to share more about themselves. Instead, they encourage the other person to elaborate, share their thoughts, and keep the conversation going. This way, you get to know them on a deeper level. Think about it. Would you rather answer, "Do you like to travel?" It's a straightforward question, but it doesn't leave much room for a detailed response. Or, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? This question opens up a world of possibilities and invites the other person to share their dreams and aspirations. See the difference? The second question is way more interesting and invites a more detailed response. It shows that you're genuinely interested in their thoughts and experiences. When crafting your questions, try to tap into their passions, their dreams, or even their opinions on something they mentioned in their profile. This shows that you've paid attention and are interested in what makes them unique. For example, if they're a foodie, you could ask, "What's the most amazing meal you've ever had?" This not only gets them talking, but also gives you insight into their tastes and preferences. Or if they're into music, you could try, "What are you listening to these days?" This can lead to a fun exchange of music recommendations and a deeper connection over shared interests. I'm always looking for new recommendations. This shows that you're open to their suggestions and value their opinion. Remember, the goal is to get to know them better and keep the conversation flowing. Open-ended questions are your secret weapon in achieving this. They help you move beyond small talk and into more meaningful discussions. This is where real connections are made. So next time you're chatting with someone new, think about the questions you're asking, make them open-ended, and watch how the conversation blossoms. Let's be real, nobody wants to talk to a negative Nancy or a Debbie Downer. When you're sending that first message, it's crucial to project a positive and upbeat vibe. Think about it. Would you be more likely to respond to someone who seems genuinely happy and enthusiastic, or someone who sounds bored or pessimistic? Exactly. Your energy is contagious, even through a screen. So let your personality shine through and show them that you're someone they'd actually want to have a conversation with. This doesn't mean you have to be over-the-top cheerful or use a million emojis. Unless that's your thing, then go for it. Just be genuine, be enthusiastic, and let your natural charm shine through. Use positive language, avoid complaining or being negative, and focus on the things you're passionate about. Remember, you're trying to make a good first impression, and a little positivity can go a long way. Okay, I know we just talked about asking open-ended questions and keeping the conversation going, but there's a fine line between being engaging and writing a novel. Nobody wants to read a wall of text, especially when they're scrolling through tons of messages. Remember, brevity is key. Keep your messages concise, to the point, and easy to read. Think of it like a Twitter post. You want to convey your message effectively without overwhelming them with information. Stick to 1 or 2 paragraphs max and use proper grammar and spelling. Come on guys, it's 2023. And most importantly, make sure your message is actually interesting to read. Nobody wants to slog through a boring message, no matter how short it is. So, how do you strike that perfect balance between brevity and engagement? It's all about focusing on quality over quantity. Choose your words carefully, make every sentence count, and leave them wanting more. So, there you have it. My 5 tips for crafting the perfect first message and finally getting that response you've been waiting for. Remember, online dating can be a numbers game, But by putting in a little effort and following these tips, you'll drastically increase your chances of standing out from the crowd and making a killer first impression. Now it's your turn. What are your go-to strategies for crafting the perfect first message? What's worked for you in the past? Share your tips, your experiences, and even your successful opening lines in the comments below. And hey, while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tips on dating, relationships, and everything in between. I'll see you in the next one.